For the past couple of years, Katt Williams has been speaking about people not protecting that virgin hole. Now it's sounding like he's implying that Nipsey didn't protect that virgin hole he was talking about on Club Shay Shay. And people are alleging and speculating that Lauren London bought Nipsey around so he can participate in the freak-offs with Diddy, Cassie, and others. WAG 100 put it out there that there's sex tapes allegedly with Nipsey Hussle in the act, involved with women and other men, including his own baby mama. So now with Katt Williams saying what he's saying, a lot of people are starting to connect dots that I believe are imaginary, but y'all need to listen at this and hear it for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me, you know, I want to get into real estate, I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets, you know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory.
Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Kid, I need no. You here? Get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. It's all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. All lies will be exposed. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you would tell it.
I know so many things I shouldn't know. When I walk in a room, heads go down.
Katt Williams just dropped another bombshell. And trust, he's far from done exposing the madness behind the scenes. Word on the street is Katt sitting on some serious tea about what really went down between Diddy and Nipsey Hussle. And while nobody knows how that Diddy trial is going to shake out, one thing's for sure. A lot of those wild theories finally might get some real answers. Now here's the twist. What kind of game was Diddy really playing that dragged Nipsey into the mix? And how does Katt even fit into all of this mess? If you've been paying attention, then you already know Lauren London's name got dragged into Diddy's federal case too. People are seriously wondering, how did she get pulled into all this chaos? And why is she even caught in the middle? But get this, Lauren allegedly knew about Diddy's shady moves for years. That's right, she was well aware of how he was treating Cassie and still stuck around in those circles.
Lauren! Cassandra! What are you doing? Want some blue dot?
And here's where it gets real messy. There's been talk that Lauren might have been one of Diddy's girls back in the day, just like Young Miami. Whether that's fact or not, it's a theory people keep whispering about. And it wasn't just Jaguar running her mouth. Nah, Nipsey himself backed it up. Remember when he was on The Breakfast Club? He straight up said, Lauren's the one who introduced me to Puff. That one line changed the whole conversation.
Lauren? No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, you know, we was at Cassie's birthday.
Now the streets and a bunch of Nipsey's fans believe Lauren wasn't just some loyal girlfriend in the background. They think she played a way deeper part in all this. Some even say she might have been planted to keep tabs on Nip. Like, was she Diddy's inside connection? His eyes and ears, making sure Nipsey stayed in line and didn't move too wild? That theory's been floating around for a while, and it's getting harder to ignore. And then things get even deeper. In one interview, Diddy said something that gave folks chills. Nipsey wanted to learn from me, how I did my business, how I made my moves.
You know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me, you know, I want to get into real estate, I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets, you know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory.
Let that line sink in. Sounds innocent, right? But when you really think about it, why does it feel so loaded? Now fast forward to Nipsey's tragic death, people are putting those puzzle pieces together and asking the hard questions. Was Diddy's so-called mentorship really helping Nip, or was it part of something way darker? Katt Williams ain't biting his tongue. He's going all in. He's saying artists like Nipsey who got close to Diddy always ended up paying a heavy price, and not just in the industry sense. Think about it. Just look at the list of people tied to Diddy over the years. Cassie, Meek Mill, YK Osiris, Miley Cyrus, French Montana, Craig Mack, Danity Kane. All of them got some dark, twisted stories to tell.
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. Diddy is known for flying males out, specifically from the West Coast. The Game got on blast speaking about how before he even started rapping, he was just partying with Diddy for a living. Lauren London is being accused of being one of Diddy's freak-off pets. She's Cassie's best friend. She was modeling for Shawn. She bring Nipsey into the fold. You know she had to be talking about some money, and she probably gave it to him straight. If you want to get paid in this industry, you got to be willing to play. I'll introduce you to my mans, but you got to be willing to perform. She got a baby with Lil Wayne. I'm pretty sure Wayne introduced her to Birdman. She got connections. It's a possibility that Nipsey was using Lauren London the same way a lot of people accuse my man T.I. of using Tiny to get on in the entertainment business. There's a lot of men out there working at hospitals and nursing homes because they girl put them on. It happens all the time. But Nipsey is no longer here to defend himself, so I'm just going to allegate and speculate as much as I can, but we ain't got no proof. But this stuff sounds real convincing, and I can understand why somebody would reach out to Diddy to be a mentor because he's the modern-day Quincy Jones with a Michael Jackson twist.
People are starting to side-eye this whole Diddy mentorship thing like it's nothing but a trap in disguise. And now that old clips of Nipsey and Diddy are resurfacing, all the quiet whispers are turning into full-blown chatter. Folks are asking, was this really about business, or was Diddy on something else entirely when it came to Nip? One clip in particular got folks raising eyebrows. Diddy caught on camera licking his lips while zoomed in on Nipsey like he was sizing him up. Meanwhile, Nipsey's just there, chilling, vibing to the music, completely unaware of the weird energy. It's wild.
Different place. Spoke by the door, it's there for traction. Double back there. Lord, I cracked you up.
And don't forget when Katt said he turned down $50 million not once, but 4 times just to protect his dignity. That says a lot about what was going down behind closed doors. Katt even claimed Diddy tried to bring him into that same mess, but he wasn't having it. He shut it down fast. Even Terrence Howard had a story to tell. He said Diddy came at him like it was all business at first, but that vibe flipped quick. Terrence didn't stick around to find out what was next. He got out before things got real weird. Now people are starting to connect the dots, and some are saying Diddy might have tried the same moves on Nipsey.
Okay. Hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. I'm sitting there, just looking at it, like waiting. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to f you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you notice to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers coming to make the approach, and you punch them in the mouth, threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman. You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're gonna get a real reaction. It's a difference when a guy walks in the room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man.
The rumor? When Nipsey didn't play along, that's when the energy shifted. And things started getting tense behind the scenes. Then there's the situation with Lauren and Diddy, and whew, it's messy. Old pics started floating around showing Lauren and Diddy looking extra close, way too cozy for comfort. And the craziest part, Nipsey's literally in the background of one of those photos, looking like the third wheel in his own relationship. That image alone got people talking. After Nipsey passed, Lauren sat down for an interview with Angie Martinez, and that's when things really got strange. She said it was Diddy who helped her get through the pain. Sounds supportive on the surface, but then she shared what he told her. Diddy looked her in the eye and said, "Look, boo, you have shown everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." What kind of message is that to give a grieving woman? That quote left folks speechless.
Really? Puff pulled me aside and was like, "Look, bud, you have showed everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing.
Lauren dropped something that had folks side-eyeing the whole situation. She casually mentioned that Diddy used to call her Boo, the same nickname Nipsey used to call her. Like, why would Diddy be using something so personal between her and Nip unless there was a deeper connection? That little detail set off major alarms. See, Nipsey was out here making his own moves, real independent, staying far away from that Hollywood drama. But Lauren, she had access. She was already plugged in. And once she brought Nipsey around Diddy, things started spiraling fast. Then came the real warning. Former Bad Boy insider Gene Deal stepped up and dropped a serious gem. He talked about how dangerous it is to make certain requests in the music game. And get this, Gene said Nipsey once told him he wanted his next project to carry the same energy as Biggie's Life After Death album. Now pause and think about that. Life After Death, the album that dropped right after Biggie got taken out. That's a heavy reference to throw around. According to Gene, that might have been Nipsey's biggest mistake. Because once Diddy got involved, everything changed. Suddenly, Nipsey was spending more time in Diddy's mansion than in the studio.
You say you from Crenshaw?
I'm from Rolling 60s. But that's
What's Crenshaw then?
that's the street.
That's not where you from.
Yeah, I'm from, it depends who I'm talking to.
And from there, the whole vibe shifted. People close to the situation started noticing a shift in Nipsey's circle. He was moving different, more cautious, like he knew something wasn't right. Word is, after hanging around Diddy's mansion too much, Nipsey started pulling back from certain people, even cutting off folks he'd been cool with for years. Some say he felt the pressure like he was being watched, or worse, controlled. And while no one knows exactly what went down behind those mansion doors, the energy around him shifted heavy. At the same time, rumors started flying about secret meetings, NDAs, and deals being made that Nipsey wasn't really down with. Allegedly, he started asking too many questions. And in an industry where silence is bought, that's when things can get dangerous, real dangerous. Insiders even claimed Diddy was trying to mold Nipsey into something he wasn't, grooming him to fit into a specific role, pushing him into a spotlight he didn't ask for. But Nipsey wasn't about to sell out. That was never his style. And that resistance, it might have put a target on his back. Then, boom, everything stopped. Nipsey was gone, and the industry acted like it was just another tragedy.
So you mean to tell me that all of our male entertainers are prostitutes, and when they get fed up and decide they want to be a man, that's when it's lights out, when they don't want to take it no more, when they try to switch the narrative, they sell themselves out, prostitute themselves out, whore themselves out. And I'm not saying that's what happened with Nipsey Hussle. I don't believe that, but that's the narrative that people are pushing. Seeing how Diddy in court for this type of behavior, it seemed like everybody in his entourage had to get with the program. And seeing how Lauren London was definitely a part of his entourage, and she brought Nipsey Hussle into the fold. And why would you want to be around somebody that's possibly banging your chick or used to bang your chick, but you figure if he got them pockets and you trying to get on his level and she trying to show you the way? That's the problem with a lot of people out here. They let women lead them into situations, but you figure if the situation is profitable, no play, no foul. But y'all see what happened in this situation right here. I don't want to believe the narrative that they putting out there, but Lauren London's starting to look like a shady character.
Now with Katt Williams stirring the pot, more folks from behind the scenes are starting to talk, quietly, but they're talking. Whispers about Nipsey trying to back out of something big, something he never agreed to in the first place. Word is, he found out too much, saw too much. And once you get too close to the real game, it's hard to walk away clean. Some insiders claim Nipsey discovered just how deep Diddy's connections went. Not just music and parties, but real power players, the kind that don't show their faces. Allegedly, there were conversations, documents, and meetings that Nipsey wasn't supposed to be a part of. And once he started asking the wrong questions, that's when things got tense. There's even talk that Nipsey was planning to expose some of what he saw, not through drama, but through his art. His next project was supposed to be something different, something raw. But before he could drop anything, silence. Meanwhile, Lauren started pulling back from the spotlight, and Diddy? He kept moving like nothing happened. Business as usual. But people haven't forgotten. The footage, the quotes, the strange moments, they're all adding up now. And Katt? He's calling it all out, piece by piece. No filters, no fear. If what he's saying holds weight, then this might be way bigger than anyone ever imagined. It's like Diddy's grip on Nipsey started tightening, and suddenly, Nip wasn't looking like himself anymore. He looked drained, stressed out, like he was carrying something heavy. Fans noticed the change too. That spark, that fearless energy, it started fading. People started saying maybe Diddy couldn't handle someone like Nipsey, a real one. Too smart, too solid, too street certified to play by Hollywood's twisted rules. And here's where it gets even dirtier. Some folks claim Diddy had his eye on Lauren the whole time, low-key scheming. Like once Nipsey was gone, maybe she'd be next in line. But let's not kid ourselves. Diddy has never treated the women in his life like royalty, no matter what image he puts out. Look at how he did Cassie. Years of control, isolation, and manipulation. She wasn't free, she was trapped. And Kim Porter, the mother of his kids, gone after years of alleged emotional trauma and mental stress. People close to her said Diddy drained her, mentally and spiritually. That's not love, that's control. So when people say Diddy was aiming to honor Lauren, let's be real. It was never about love. It was about ownership, control, and manipulation. Diddy's grief game, it hits different. When Biggie died, he dropped a Grammy-winning tribute, then launched his solo career off the wave. When Kim passed, he morphed into this spiritual single dad online, all while still doing dirt behind the scenes. And when Nipsey was gone, Diddy made sure the world saw him posting about Lauren, almost like he was staking his claim. After Nipsey's death, Diddy didn't just post about Lauren like it was sympathy. Now folks say it looked more like a strategic move, like he was trying to position himself as the comforter, the hero, the one stepping in when emotions were raw. And let's not forget, Diddy's always been slick with the timing. Every tragedy tied to his circle somehow turns into a moment that boosts his brand. Whether it's a tribute track, a photo spread, or a viral moment, it always circles back to him. With Lauren, it wasn't just one post either. He started inviting her to events, standing beside her in photos, making it look like they were bonded by loss. But people who know how this industry moves, they weren't buying it. They saw through the polished captions and designer grief. The truth is, Nipsey was the kind of man who stood in the way of Diddy's kind of influence. He didn't need clout, he was the clout. So when that barrier was gone, it's like Diddy made his move. Smooth, quiet, but strategic. And now with Katt Williams throwing light on all these buried connections, folks are asking the real questions. Was it all part of a bigger setup? Was Nipsey's fall just another calculated shift in Diddy's empire? Diddy's out here preaching about healing and legacy like he earned that crown. But let's be real, every time someone powerful passes, he finds a way to center himself in the pain. So now people are asking, was Nipsey just another opportunity for Diddy to build up his own legacy moment? Rumors say Diddy saw Nipsey as a target, someone to mold, control, and possibly profit from. And yeah, someone had to open the door for that connection. And more fingers are pointing at Lauren. Was it intentional? Was she used, or was she in on something deeper? Meanwhile, Katt Williams saw this storm coming way before the headlines broke, before the arrests, before the court cases. He warned us about the trap, not just the parties and shady contracts, but the blackmail, the setups, and the manipulation happening behind closed doors. And now, the internet's lit with theories. One user said straight up, Lauren was set up to be with Nip by Diddy. And don't forget, she thanked Diddy during Nipsey's funeral. That moment still has people connecting dots. Another fan posted, Diddy did what he did to Big, hopped on the album, planned the play, then collected the royalties.
Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Is it possible that another one of the greatest rappers of all times, I'm talking about Tupac, fell victim to this man, Biggie fell victim to this man, and then double back in the 2000s, and Nipsey Hussle also fell victim to Diddy's involvement in his career via Lauren London, And shout out to Katt Williams for speaking on that virgin hole he been talking about to let people know that it's real out here. Y'all thinking these celebrities getting all this stuff for free, but ain't nothing in life for free. There's nothing you can do to get all that money and wealth that ain't got nothing to do with sex, man. You got to be willing to get with it. Well, at least that's how they putting it out there. I don't know for sure. I don't want to believe that about Nipsey. I believe he got a whole lot of hustle. And if it wasn't for him being such a great hustler, he wouldn't have been able to come up. And that's the reason why people was hating on him specifically. Nipsey was an independent type of dude. He sold his mixtapes for $100 a pop. People respected his hustle, and that's why people dealt with him. Before he met a Puff, he was already getting to the money. So I believe rather if he met Puff or not, he still was going to be great. But sometimes things happen, and a lot of us don't want it to happen, but it happened. All I want to say is rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Yo, I left a link to the original video in the description box. Yo, y'all go check him out. Hit that like, subscribe to the channel on his thing too. Got so much love for y'all. Yo, I'm gonna holla at y'all on my next video.